Is Microsoft stock a good buy? In today's video, I'll be sharing with you my Microsoft stock analysis 2021 and why I believe Microsoft is one of the best FAANG stock out there. The FAANG stocks comprise of Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft itself, and Google. And in today's video, I'll be sharing with you some numbers and figures on why I believe Microsoft is one of the best stocks among these companies. A quick disclaimer here is that this video should not be taken as financial advice. I'll be sharing some background information and numbers about Microsoft and its business, but it is by no means a recommendation for you to buy and invest in Microsoft stock. If you, however, choose to invest and buy Microsoft stock by yourself, make sure you do your own due diligence before investing in the stock market. Okay, with that out of the way, let's begin. Let's take a quick background look on Microsoft. Microsoft is founded by Bill Gates and Paul Allen in 1975. The company develops, manufactures, licenses, supports, and sells computer software, consumer electronics, personal computers, and related services. The ticker symbol for Microsoft is MSFT, and its market capitalization as of this filming of this video is $1,676.01 billion, or $1.67 trillion. Its total revenue stands at $143,015 million. This is a pie chart of Microsoft revenue breakdown. The three biggest revenue sources for Microsoft is its cloud business, which is Microsoft Azure, its Office 365, and Windows software. The revenue of these three components makes up more than 50% of Microsoft's total revenue. In today's video, we'll be focusing on these three main areas. The first is its intelligent cloud component, which includes Microsoft Azure. The second is its productivity component, which its Office software is part of. And the third one that we'll be taking a look at is personal computing. And that includes Windows, its Surface devices, and its gaming component. Now, let's take a deeper look into these three individual components. Microsoft Azure started back in 2010, and it offers a range of cloud services including computing, analytics, storage, and networking. Microsoft Azure clients can choose from these services to develop and scale new applications or run existing applications over the internet or cloud. And if we take a look at the cloud computing growth in just the US alone, the cloud computing market is expected to continue to grow in the coming years. And if we take a look at the market share for the cloud computing market, Amazon's cloud computing business, AWS or Amazon Web Services, leads the way at 33%. Microsoft Azure is at second place at 18%. And its next closest competitor is Google Cloud, which is at 9%. So as of this moment, Microsoft is not yet the market leader in the cloud computing space. That position is occupied by Amazon Web Services. However, with that said, Microsoft's annual commercial cloud revenue has been increasing over the years. And you can see that from 2015 all the way to 2019, its revenue has been steadily increasing. Microsoft does not give the exact numbers for its Azure business. A point to take note is that for Microsoft commercial cloud annual revenue, it includes the revenue for the commercial, Office 365, Dynamics 365, and other cloud properties. Not only has Microsoft annual commercial cloud revenue been increasing, Microsoft Azure also managed to snag some big deals over the past years. It won a 10-year, $10 billion Jedi contract with the US government. It signed a deal with the NBA for the 2020 and 2021 season. And BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, runs its Aladdin infrastructure on Azure Cloud. And other big companies which uses Microsoft Azure in one way or another is Apple iCloud, eBay, Boeing, and Samsung. Even though it's facing some stiff competition from its competitors such as Amazon and Google, I believe Microsoft is well positioned to take advantage of the growing cloud computing market. The next is the productivity component of Microsoft business, and this includes Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365 includes Office 365, Windows, and Enterprise Mobility. Office 365 is a subscription-based service, and it provides recurring revenue, which makes Office 365 a cash cow for Microsoft. And for the Enterprise version, which is Microsoft 365, it has 258 million users currently. And if we take a look at the growth for Microsoft Office 365, we see that the number for the monthly active users has been steadily increasing since November 2015. So not only does Office 365 provide Microsoft a recurring revenue, its monthly active users has also been increasing over the years, which means that this provides a steady injection of cash into the business for Microsoft. And if we take a look at the numbers for Office 365 and Microsoft 365, in Q1 in 2020, the year-on-year growth was 21%, and for Q2 it was also 21%, for Q3 it was 20%, and for Q4 it was 15%. And for the most recent quarter, the year-on-year growth was 15% for Office 365. And for Microsoft 365, which is the enterprise version, the number of subscribers in Q1 in 2020 was 35.6 million, and for Q2 it was 37.2 million, and in Q3 39.6 million, Q4 42.7 million, and in the most recent quarter it was 45.3 million subscribers for Microsoft 365. We can see that for the productivity component in Microsoft Business, this component of the business has been experiencing steady growth throughout the years. The next component that we'll be taking a look at is devices and gaming. For devices, we'll be taking a look at Microsoft flagship device, which is Microsoft Surface. Microsoft Surface is Microsoft personal computers, and it has made over $1 billion in revenue for 12 consecutive quarters. The $1 billion mark is at this point over here, and you can see that since Q1 in 2018, Microsoft Surface revenue has been over $1 billion every quarter up to Q4 of 2020. And for its gaming component, we take a look at Xbox. Xbox is Microsoft's video gaming brand, and Microsoft has sold more than 100 million units of Xbox in total. And if we take a look at the market share for Xbox, it is in second place at 35% behind PlayStation. For the gaming component of Microsoft Business, this component hasn't been performing as well as the other components. If we take a look at the sales for Xbox 360 and Xbox One, gaming console sales were increasing from 2005 until 2011. But from 2011 all the way to 2019, we see that there's a steady decline in gaming console sales. For the gaming component of Microsoft, this is something that we have to pay attention to. However, with that said, in 2020, Xbox fourth quarter revenue surges 64%, driven by record engagement amid the pandemic. And for that quarter, gaming was one of the standout performers, with the current pandemic helping propel revenue up 64% year over year, or $1.3 billion. Due to the pandemic, Microsoft said that there was a record engagement because of stay-home orders and social distancing. And we see that there was a 49% growth this quarter for its Xbox hardware. It remains to be seen whether this turnaround is temporary or whether it reflects a longer-term turnaround for Xbox. With the ongoing pandemic, because of its business model, Microsoft continued to see overall growth in its business, even in midst of an economic downturn. It reported in its first quarter of 2021 that revenue is up 12% and net income has increased by 30%. And with the pandemic changing the way we work and interact with one another, Microsoft stands to benefit from this shift. We see growth across the board for Microsoft. Cloud services have grown, its Office 365 has also increased, its enterprise version, the Microsoft 365, has also increased. Its device business, Microsoft Surface, has seen revenue jump by 37% this quarter to $1.5 billion. Even its gaming business, which has been underperforming in recent years, has also grown in the most recent quarter. If we take a snapshot of Microsoft revenue by major product line, we see that revenue for most of its major product line has been increasing over the years. Revenue for cloud has been increasing, revenue for its Office software has also been increasing, Windows revenue has also been increasing, but for gaming we didn't see any substantial increase in revenue. And even though revenue has been stalling in recent years, at least it hasn't been declining. Perhaps the silver lining is that in the most recent quarter, there was some growth for its gaming business. That is a quick overview of Microsoft Business and some of the numbers behind those businesses. This is by no means a full analysis of Microsoft, but I hope by watching this video, you will have a better understanding of the underlying business of Microsoft. And by taking a look at some of these numbers, I believe in the long-term potential for Microsoft. But as always, note that past performance does not indicate future performance. So while I have shared with you some of Microsoft businesses, make sure you do your own due diligence before investing in the stock market. If you have learned something from this video, smash that like button because it will really help the channel grow and allow me to produce more content such as this in the future. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe to this channel because you don't want to miss out on future videos on investing, trading, and the stock market. I'll see you in those other videos. To your financial success.